reverence and incredible
Debbie.
adoration for one of my dear friends and one of the all-time great people, let alone coaches, teachers, and leaders I've ever been around, Tara VanDerveer. Coach, love
Debbie.
you so much, so much. Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure.
I have enjoyed our relationship over the years. I have learned so much from you. I am so grateful for your time today, and I'm grateful for your support of 24 Hours Nothing But Net. Thank you for being involved.
Well, I think it's a great cause, and I want to support you. I think it's awesome. And, I can't make all those shots that you can make, but I'm happy to contribute.
Whenever I'm around you, I always feel like I got to sit up a little straighter and make sure I ask something that's really intelligent, and then I actually look like a fool, which that's part of our relationship, right? Like I love the way that you needle me, and I like the way that I could, try to get at you a little bit some days.
Well, we do have a special friendship, and you do a great job announcing. You're so conscientious. You love the game of basketball, and you give back to the game in so many different ways. And it's hard to keep up with you.
Well, it's hard to keep up with you. You've retired. How's it going? What's retirement been like?
I'll be honest with you, it's been incredibly busy, but it's a very different feeling. It's, like I wake up, I know I'm, I'm doing a lot. I've got a lot of different things going on. Podcasts, a couple books working on, speaking engagements, possibility of a movie. So we'll see if that happens. I'm working at Stanford still. I'm going to be in a part-time capacity, working in development, and also working in kind of as a coach's coach. And I'm meeting, I have lunch today with our men's basketball coach, our new coach, Kyle Smith, great guy. And, looking forward to getting to know him, and just want to be a resource for all of our coaches and an ambassador for the university.
I can't think of anyone that could do it any better. Nobody has won more games than you have. When you talk about finishing at the top, there's literally no place higher than where you finished. Nobody's won as many games as you have. I love that you still want to have service back to the game.
Yeah. Debbie, obviously sometimes the winning gives you a hook, or someone, is interested in talking to you or whatever, but I don't think I don't think that defines me or even explains me. I'm just kind of a nut about basketball. I love the game of basketball. I love being in the gym, practice, the relationships that you have with all the people I've met. And I'm so fortunate that basketball has allowed me this incredible life of traveling the world, meeting, just wonderful, wonderful people, and just having, friends like you. So I have to pinch myself. Wow, this is my life, and I love it.
I want people to know that you make the very best lasagna that I have ever had. It was outstanding. I have been invited to your home a couple of times, and I have enjoyed our friendship over the years because I always get something back from you. I don't know if I give anything, but I definitely get it. And I have enjoyed every issue in the game, every discussion we've ever had. And I hope that will continue, because I know you're not going anywhere. I'm not planning on going anywhere either.
No. Well, I think that, and who knows, I might, be a guest announcer on a game or something too. But I think our game needs, we need leaders in our game, not just women's basketball, but college athletics in general. The mental health of not just student athletes, which is very important, but also coaches and everyone that's part of the game. That we're doing things that really grow our game in the right way. So we'll keep talking about everything, I'm sure.
Your humility around the game has always been one of the most attractive qualities about you as a person, I think, because you care. And I mean, I know stories of you putting players that were really good at other schools in the Pac-12, or helping some young woman who maybe couldn't get into Stanford, but you knew a place that would work for her, even if it was somebody that would come back and play you and maybe have a great game against you. It didn't matter to you at those moments because you were truly trying to help some particular person. How will you be able to keep doing that? Because I know that's important to you.
Debbie, thanks for that compliment. I guess, I'm the oldest of 5 children, and our family is incredibly close. And I've been very fortunate in the, the great education I have. And I really want good things for other people too, and so if there's ways that I can help, I think I can help at Stanford, being part of the athletic department. And I also, I was kind of thinking about this today a little bit, if there are, especially maybe, I don't say young, because everyone's younger than me, but, young coaches out there that they feel overwhelmed or in some way, I think it's such an incredible job coaching now that I could work as an advisor consultant for them. So, there's just like, there's times where, I would feel like just inadequate. Like, how do you cope with all the different issues that you're dealing with? And this is now an incredibly challenging athletic landscape on top of already a challenging job. So, I'm, my sister Heidi, obviously, and we are very close and we help each other a lot. And so if I can be a quote, big sister to someone else, then I'm interested in that too.
Man, you put that word out on the street. Are you kidding me? You're going to be flooded by young coaches that are going to want to get a piece of Tara VanDerveer. I can see that right now. You might need an agent for that work. You might need an agent.
Well, it is kind of funny. I mean, the different things that have happened for me, I mean, it's just things have kind of been, I felt in a good way bombarded by, this idea and that idea and this podcast and a book and, all these things. And so I am, really selective in how I do things. And I did retire to be able to, spend more time on my bridge game so I can beat my mother, which I can't do. But, I do, I will be very selective, but if there's something that really feels right, I'll do it. And, whether it's doing, an open Zoom or something like that, that's easy, I'm up for that.
Well, I'd like to get dibs right now on being co-host or narrator of your podcast. And if I ever get the Sirius XM radio show that I have been begging for years on women's basketball as a weekly call in, I definitely want you to be my co-host. And if you decide that you do want to call a game, please request me as we can be co-panelists on a game. I think that would be a top bucket list for me for sure.
Well, there's a lot of, obviously there are a lot of opportunities out there and, I'm excited about the WNBA team that's coming to San Francisco. I've met with, I've had a chance to talk with Jess Smith, and I know that it's going to be an awesome, awesome franchise. So there's a lot of fun opportunities out there. And obviously, I'm really keeping my distance with our program. I haven't been in the gym except to walk through it, when they're working out and everything. And Kate, I'm very excited about the job Kate's going to do. She's fantastic, hard worker, and she's going to have a great run. Excited about the ACC. So our paths, I know your and my path will cross.
Oh, I'm counting on it. I mean, I'm hoping those invitations that you've extended to me over the years are still open, because you just never know when I might just be dropping in on Chautauqua.
Yeah. Well, Chautauqua, obviously coming out, there's going to be ACC games out here in California. And, you talked about lasagna, but my number one dish is my salmon. So,
I'm ready.
I can put that on the grill.
I'll be ready for it. I want to get your take on this, Tara. I've called it Clarkonomics, Caitlin Clark and Clarkonomics, and coined that phrase because it's really an extension of ratings and attendance and investment in our game. And you see more opportunities starting to come about. And I keep saying it's about damn time, right? Like, what have we been waiting for? We've known the product's been good for so long. What do you think triggered the incredible increase in attendance this year?
Well, I think there are a lot of great stories in women's basketball. And I think some of those stories, were just being told, whether it was South Carolina's undefeated season. Obviously, Caitlin Clark has been a bright light on all of women's basketball. And she has handled it so well, incredibly mature, someone that has stepped up and done so well, for such a young person. I was teasing about, I'm serious about, this movie. It's about the 96 team. And my first suggestion to them was have Caitlin Clark in the movie, so she would be great, but our women's basketball is more than one player. And, whether it's the WNBA, we have great players in the WNBA. We have great players, still in college. And a lot of it is, I think social media has really helped, move women's basketball along. Sometimes it's been, it's felt like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We have had, great maybe support of women's basketball back when Cheryl Miller played, or even the great fans that were, watching Lucy Harris play at Delta State. We just need to keep building on the foundation that we have, and keep keep women's basketball front and center during the season, with our great players and our great teams.
I know you're somebody that eats film, watches it, sleeps, eats, breathes.
I haven't lately. I haven't watched a single game in a month.
I can't believe that. That's what I was going to ask you.
Well, I've watched it on television, but my team, my Warriors team lost, so I watch other games, but not with the enthusiasm that I coach the Warriors from my couch. I'm watching every play, and but I do love the game of basketball, and I'm just figuring out different ways to contribute.
I don't know how we could not have the game continue to go on without your watchful eye and your open ear and your big, huge heart around the game, Tara. It's just amazing. I mean, when you said that you were going to retire, and you announced that you were retiring, it was a shock. It was just a big blow. Because I called your last game on the radio, which was
I didn't believe I was going to do it. I mean, it kind of shocked me too. I mean, I bet you every coach that you talk to, with the exception maybe of the national championship winner, at the end of the season, every coach is ready to quit. I mean, you are down to the nubs. You are exhausted. So in my mind, I probably retired 20 times at least, but I really, it really took me kind of a whole week after our last game, and just to really say, is this really what I want to do? And it felt the time was right. And, I really feel that right now in women's, in all of college sports, the amount of energy you're recruiting, constantly re-recruiting, there's not a break. And I think that it's the energy that it takes, I felt was, I didn't feel like I could give our team the 100% that it needed. And Kate can give 150, and she will, and she does, and her staff is fabulous. But I just felt like, it was time for me to do something else. And now I'm very excited about the other things I'm doing. But I feel that there's a whole different a feeling when I wake up in the morning, and it's just a lightness that is really great for me.
Well, I'm excited to hear that you want to do all the things that you want to do inside the game, because that continues to help all of us that are around it and that are intimately involved in it all the time and love it. So thank you for continuing to do that on behalf of every young coach out there that knows that they could call up Tara VanDerveer now and get her to watch some film or go to practice with them. That'd be crazy. I mean, I can think of a bunch of coaches right now. If I called them up, they'd be ready to sign up right now. What we're doing, we've been friends for a long time. This crazy idea that I had about making 100 free throws on the top of every hour for 24 hours. When I first started doing it, you were there at the very beginning. You have supported us. We're in year 6, Tara. We're getting ready to go over $1 million for Special Olympics. It sounds crazy as the idea. But when you think about sport and what it has actually meant, and why being on a team is important, and all the things that come with coaching your team at the highest level, winning 3 national championships, or coaching a team in Special Olympics that loves to play basketball, what comes to mind?
What comes to mind, Debbie, is that sport is sport, and it's for everyone. And it doesn't matter if it's a Special Olympian. It doesn't matter if it's, a girl, a boy. It's for everyone. And there's so much joy, so much to learn, so much benefit from the health benefits alone, but the mental health benefits, the the maturity that playing on a team that, struggling, the resilience, all the kind of things that you learn from sport, is for everyone. And so it is an absolute pleasure to support Special Olympics. And again, that's something, tap me for that. That's something, again, you have more time, and I'm very interested in giving back, and I'm very happy to give back that way. And it doesn't always just have to be money.
Well, I'm so grateful for your time, Tara. I'm grateful for the conversation. I always enjoy my time with you. And I think there's going to be more time for you to spend with me now. You're not going to
I
be able
think
to push
so.
me off with practice, or, I'm going to get into film session with you.
All
You
right,
just-
sounds good. Sounds good. I think I have to change my background here because I'm only the head coach until May 8th. I better get working on that, huh?
Well, you're still the head coach in my mind, and you'll always be the leader of any
Thank
team
you.
that you're a part of. And you're a great leader inside the game for young women. So thank you for your time here, and thank you for everything you've done. And I know you're going to have a happy, healthy retirement. I can see it, and I can definitely see the wheels spinning about what's next
They
for
are.
you for the game.
Great. All right. My pleasure, Debbie. Have a great day, and make all those free throws.